afternoon and welcome to all of you. And I know it's a bit of a difficult week to come for a meet and greet when there are big batches happening and half of us are drunk at home. And the other half is of course here. So thank you for coming first of all. And for this month's meet and greet, we have a very special club with us today. I've been trying to get hold of them for some time, and it's difficult because they're very exclusive. But if you look behind me, you will see why. Some of the best bikes I've seen in my life, and these are the Marshals. And to speak to you more about the Marshals, we have their leader, Rashmin. Rashmin, please.
Thanks, Sunit. First of all, thanks to the Limitless crowd for inviting us on behalf of all Marshals. Just a brief history on who the Marshals are. We are the first international MC that was formed in Sri Lanka 2 years ago. Marshals MC was founded by Robert Mason, who is an Australian national. We have chapters in various parts of the world. We have in the Middle East, set up in Canada, Georgia, we have in Sri Lanka. And so the Marshals is all about a group of bikers getting together, and it's just not the bikers, it's the family. So we have altogether 6 Marshal members. These are the founding members, and together with these founding members, we go on rides around Sri Lanka. So we have gone almost all over Sri Lanka. We encourage bikers to use safety protocols when riding. So we practice them ourselves, and we teach that to other riders as well. So we have other friends who join us on our rides. Anybody who wants to ride with us, they can join us, but there are certain rules that we follow when we are riding. When it comes to safety, your personal safety, your bike, how to maintain your bike, and the rules to follow when you're on the road. So we make sure that we stick to all legal terms when it comes to riding. When we ride, we don't cause any trouble to any of the other traffic. Most of us who have families, we go with our families. My son, we have James and Arunjan, they have families. All of us join, and it's a family affair. So when friends join us, we expect you all also to be on your best behavior and to be able to have a good family weekend or ride. Something about the bikes. James, would you like to tell something about your bikes?
Hi. Please let us know more about your bikes. About it.
It's 400 legally registered.
It's a Honda Shadow.
Yeah, Honda Shadow. It's a cruise bike for the long run and all, the landing and all. It's very comfortable.
So today, what you see on the bikes are mostly the stock bikes. This is not how it is when we ride on tours. When we ride on tours, it's loaded with our luggages and bags. So we have saddlebags which go towards the rear of the bike, and we have weatherproof coverings and stuff like that. We have marshals who will be in between the convoy, who will guide the new riders, and the friends of marshals who will be in and teach them about the rules of riding in a convoy when you're going long tours. So we have our safety marshal, which is Arunjan. So he makes sure that the bikes all are aligned and nobody is left behind. If there is a breakdown somewhere down the line, we will make sure that the road captain, who is the person who is leading the convoy, is informed, and we make sure that we always stick together as one biking unit. Just to say something about the marshals and how to identify us when we are on the road. So this is our patch. This is the official marshal's patch. and this is the standard which is used internationally. Now, just to explain a little about who bikers are and what Bikers MC is. Bikers MC is Bikers Motorcycle Club, right? And there are two types. If you look at guys who are in leathers and riding around in other countries, most people would say they are bikies or gangs, and you will have a little bit of a fear factor. This is what we wanted to break in Sri Lanka, and that's why we wanted to establish first itself, so that we won't allow the other faction to come in. There are two types, or two factions actually. Let me just tell you about the guys who most people fear or which are banned. These biker clubs are called the 1%ers. And if they are a 1%er, they will have a 1% triangle badge over here or in front. Somewhere here or on their leathers, right? So if they have that 1% badge, I would advise anybody not to go close. Even if you are abroad, don't go close. Right? Simple rules. If they don't have, that means they belong to the 99% of the population, which is peace-loving. They respect each other, and they just want to have a good time without causing trouble to anybody. That's what we want to encourage and to bring out to the Sri Lankan bikers in Sri Lanka. So in order to do that, we have to be a little bit strict from our beginning and make sure that everybody who we take in are screened through. So to join, we have something called prospecting, where you will share your interest in joining our club, and that interest will be shared with one of our members. And our members will then put it at our meeting and say, okay, person X wants to join. And if person X wants to join, what we would do is we would then discuss and invite him for our rides, future rides. We will observe him. We will look at how he is riding and how he behaves in public. If there's anything illegal that he practices, then we will not be accepting that person. We are against certain things which are arms dealing, drugs, and riding under influence. So even though we do have a good time, we do drink, that is after a ride. We don't ride and we don't encourage riding under influence. And that's one of the first rules in our club. Secondly, we don't encourage prostitution. I have to say this because that's part of our rules. And we don't encourage any other illegal activities. So once somebody has been selected, they will ride with us for about a year until we are pretty sure that the person is screened and he is clear. And once we find that the person is good, then what we will do is we will award him with a prospect patch. A normal patch consists of these three elements. This is called the top rocker, which shares the name of the club. So Marshals, this is the Marshals logo or the insignia, and the below rocker designates which area or which chapter you are from. So we are from the Sri Lanka chapter, so it's Sri Lanka. If we are from, let's say, Dubai, it will be Dubai, or Oman, it will be Oman, Canada, Georgia, and so on. We have 3 stars in the insignia. These 3 stars represent the first 3 presidents that, or the first 3 chapters that were formed when Marshals was created. The M stands for M, and the middle star stands for the founder. And respect is our core value. So respect is we respect others, we respect each other, and we expect respect as well. So it's only if we give respect, we will gain respect. So that's our core value. Some people would be interested to know what this 13 stands for. To clarify, 13 stands for the initial number of members that were there when the club was formed. We were not in that club. We were not in that 13 members. This was when the first marshal chapter was formed. So 13 stands for that. Usually, apart from the marshals tag over here, other clubs would have tags designating their role in the club, either president, vice president, road captain, sergeant in arms. We don't have anything like that because we are all equal, but internally we do have a president, but we don't need to be going and telling that to anybody else because marshals are marshals and it doesn't matter who you are, we are all the same, right? I'd just like to introduce our newest member, Angela. So he's been awarded the prospect patch. This is the prospect patch. It's support 13 crew. 13 again I say is because 13 was when it was initially formed and now it has grown. Now they have chapters around the world and we are a part of it. So he's been very instrumental. He's joined us our rides and in our events even before he got the patch. Angela, you want to say something why you wanted to join the club?
Yeah, actually I wanted to join the club since I had a passion for big bikes like this, especially cruisers, bobbers, choppers, you name it, and plus classics. So I got to know them through James. So he was the one who encouraged me to join this and everything. So I also liked it because I wanted to join a club where everyone shares the exact passion. So I talked to James and he said he will let Rashmin know. And finally Rashmin told that he got me into the club as a prospect. So that was by far one of the happiest days of my life.
We don't have any process where we select people based on what you ride or social status or nationality. We just, if you have the passion, you can be a part of us. So we have one really tremendous guy, Sudhakar Karan, his name is. He joined us while we were riding. He just saw us riding and he just came and he asked us to join. He asked us if he could join. We invited him and he's been riding with us ever since. But the best part is he doesn't speak English much and Sinhala. He only speaks Tamil. I don't speak Tamil. So even though we have this language difficulty, we still ride. You know, he comes for each ride of ours. Of course, I have Tamil friends, so I get them to translate it. But that's what I'm saying. See, language is not a barrier if you're a rider. If you're just about the passion about it, just opening up on the road, making sure you're safe and the pedestrians are safe and the other motorists are safe, that's it. We have a few more guys who have not been able to come here, like Sunat said, because the guys are at matches. So that's about it. Any questions, anybody?
If any of you have any questions, even now or after, please contact them. They've been so friendly. I mean, you would never be able to get up to a biker gang up close like this again.
That's right.
And you know, one thing that I noticed was your core values speak true to our core values as well. Because I just want to, I always speak about that every meet. We at Limitless, we have no barriers. You know, there's nothing here except our love for vehicles. So that's what brings everyone together. Something I tell my fans also is, our fans, is that you don't need to have a car to have the passion. Right? You don't bring your car here. We don't focus on your car. We focus on you. And then someday you will have 10 cars. Someday you will have no car. But still, as long as your passion is alive, we are there for you. And that's what we do. So it has been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you, Rashmin. We hope to see you again at our other meets. Of course. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Right. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.